Angel Heart Radio programs should not be used to replace your legal or medical advice, nor your own sound judgment. In truth, nothing can dim your magnificence. You are a divine spark, a universal light. You are here on purpose. You are part of a divine plan. And it's our joy to support you. We're here to celebrate you. Welcome to Angel Heart Radio. Powered by love, Angel Heart Radio is brought to you by AngelLight777.com. A Divinely Ordered Life with spiritual teacher Deb Goldberg on Angel Heart Radio starts now.
Welcome everyone to Angel Heart Radio. I'm your host, Deb Goldberg, and it's a pleasure to invite you to a divinely ordered life. It brings me great joy to have you here today, and it's an honor to serve you in the highest ways that I can by bringing you messages of divine love and blessings for your life. You are dearly loved and cherished. We have an awesome show for you today, and we have guest hosts Dr. Ruth Anderson and Terry Angel from Enlightened World Network. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Deb.
Oh, we have had an amazing day today of 12 hours of live streaming, a day of transformation. Stand in your own divine authenticity, authority. I thought maybe I wasn't going to have bloopers today, but I could see that that's just was not right. Anyway, let us begin. We decided we're going to, of course, do what we normally do. We have a recap of our show. And we had 17 sessions today, and they were all amazing. It is such a gift and privilege to bring you all of these beautiful healers, leaders of spiritual divinity that just want to share their love and light with you in their own unique ways. And maybe we should just chat about what we mean by stand in your divine authority so that people know what that is.
I guess I'll go first. So I asked each of my guests, what did that mean to them? Stand in their divine authority. And everybody sort of said the same thing, their own way, but sort of said the same thing, that each of them experiences the spark of God within them. And it's standing in that knowingness, standing in that havingness of connection with spirit. So that's what I kept hearing. Terry, what about you?
Same thing. It's the connection. It's really being aware of who you are.
Mhm.
And that is the authority. And as I said earlier, at some point today, it seems like it was years ago, we talked about this as we opened the day. It's authority is not like dominion. It's not having power over. It's having power with. And that's what I love. It's feeling into that you are a spark of the divine. You are a part of God. And that is what that authority is feeling into God's power. And that's what I got from everyone today as well. I didn't ask that question outright, but many of the guests brought it up and included it in what they were speaking about and helping us to understand it more through what they did, how they guided us.
You know, really, it would have been a great question to ask each one of the guests, uh, and they kind of, like you said, incorporated it into their own meditation or their talk. But it would have been nice to actually hear what their definition was. And mine is, of course, the same as Ruth's and Terry's. I think it's really important of understanding the expansiveness of what it means to be standing in your divine authority of being in co-creation with God and being able to know that you're protected and knowing that you are here as a creator of in service to the light and bringing that light and love into everything that you do so that it becomes you. That is your identity. And of course, we all know that that's a lifelong transformation for that to happen. But it is really wanting to own it and stand in it, and knowing that that is your divine identity. You are a spiritual being, and that means a lot.
So Susie Cuff says she can hear Deb, but she can't hear Terry.
She can't hear me. That's what others are saying too.
But they can hear Ruth.
Can you hear me, Sue?
Or Gabby.
Somebody share.
Oh, you know what? Maybe if it's the mic that we need to change the. So is that the output or the input?
Do you have
Output is
The microphone. So Lynn, let's use the built-in microphone and see if that changes.
Sue, will you let us know if that changes, please?
Let us know.
Oh, can't hear me now either.
Okay, let us know if you can hear us,
Can you
please,
take
in
your
the
headset
audience.
I can if it doesn't, if that didn't work.
Yeah,
So
it didn't
when,
work because they can't hear me either.
okay, well, it says Ruth is also low. So maybe that's what happened. It was going through this microphone. So I will take that out and
Flirt.
unplug it.
Okay,
now change the default.
Seacott,
Okay, now can you hear me now?
Can you hear me
Sue
now?
said that worked. Thank you,
Oh, we got thumbs up from Hope. And
Thank
Sharon
you,
Adams says
thank you.
perfect.
So maybe, I don't know, do we have
Thank
to
you.
say that over again? Like they heard what I had to say, but
Well, Terry and I were both pretty brilliant. I don't know. I think you're good.
I think we're good.
all right. Okay, well, let us get on with the show. And we will start to recap the day. And so the first event was an individual silent meditation for the for individuals.
And there was you.
That was me. That was me a long time ago today. I'm glad this turns into fun. And actually, we've had so much fun today.
Yes.
It has really been a joy to do this. It really has been a joy. Normally, we're falling asleep and by now, and we're all energized and feeling just awesome. So the first one was we had lovely helpers, other spiritual leaders. We had Tanya Michelle and Julia Grief and Lori Vangelis. And just the energy was beautifully flowing, that you could feel it. You can feel the love and the light just moving out from everywhere. And the people that were also on holding space with us, sending love and light out as well. And we had a beautiful start also that was before we were on air, but Tanya actually did a lovely prayer before we got started from Metatron. And that was really a beautiful way to start the silent meditation. And then what came through for me as we were meditating was a message that it was a very powerful session, and may peace be in all hearts, flowing with love and light across the universe. You are heard and not alone. So we know that we sent out a lot of love and healing light connection to those around the planet that felt that they needed some help individually. So I was very happy to do that. Our second guest was Ken Rashan.
Ken Rashan is a co-founder of the Keep Smiling movement. And his was a fascinating conversation for me because I didn't know anything about the Keep Smiling movement. And here he has taken the last however many years of his life and devoted it purely to helping people build their businesses and connect to other people through smiling. I just think it's a fascinating concept, really. And we talked about parenting, how he's parenting his child to be able to stand in his own 7-year-old divine authority. It was a fascinating conversation. And the reason that we recap all of these is so if you didn't happen to see Ken's, you might go, oh wow, I want to watch that, and go back and find it in our archives. So all of the videos are archived on YouTube at Enlightened World Network. So if any of these sound like something you want to go find again, they're all right there. Ken's was really high energy and very interesting, I thought. Not as spiritual as some of the conversations, but definitely high energy, high vibrational frequency, and really inspirational, I thought.
I agree.
And who do we have next?
Next, we have Andrea Adams Miller. And Andrea, I was the host for her, and I've had Andrea on several of my shows that I do. And so we've interacted quite a bit. Andrea is the executive director of the Keep Smiling movement, and she also has her own company, the Red Carpet Connection. So she's a marketer, a publicist, and her and Ken work closely together. Andrea led us in a hypnosis meditation to really go into our castle and release our limiting beliefs, our lower vibrations, and to feel into our purpose and go into gratitude, go into forgiveness, to release the old you and bring through our new you, and then fill it up with light. It was a very transformative meditation, and I really appreciated hearing that coming from her and guiding us in that way. She's a beautiful energy that works with many people to get their direction in life. She does life coaching, and just really well done. I was very appreciative of being there with her to hear that and to experience it.
And next was Jane Mountrose. And oh my goodness, I love what Jane does. She did a meditation, which was really also a lot of teaching. There's a lot of teaching within a meditative state about the 7 stages to stand in your divine authority. And she goes through it on even associating it with the chakras of what happens as we keep transforming spiritually, and the different things that we go through as we're growing spiritually. And so it was really an amazing, for me, it was a framework of how to see what spiritual growth would look like. So there was the 7 stages. Some of them was empowerment, integration, transcendence, bringing spirit down into yourself. So, and she also has a link on her website that I put in the comments for that particular session that lead you to the 7 stages. And I think it's worthwhile for everybody to take a look at, because people are always asking questions about where they are in their transformation. And I thought it was very helpful to have a framework for you to understand those things. It was great.
Geraldine Heatherdale Peterson, she presented for us about vibrations and water. Now, keeping in mind that a great percentage of the Earth's surface is covered in water, and a great deal of our own chemical makeup is water, she was showing us when kind words are put next to water, I guess you would say, it actually changes the molecule, not the makeup, but the shape, how the molecules are going together of the water. And part of her teaching was about how we even treat ourselves. Some of us are really tough on ourselves with negative self-talk. Well, if you take that same thinking, that if you say positive words around water and it makes the molecules into these pretty shapes, snowflake shapes, or if you say hurtful, negative words around water, and it turns them into like discordant and angry looking, muddy shapes. That's what we're doing to ourselves when we speak negatively about ourselves, because we're 90-something% water. So we then did a meditation for healing the waters on the planet. So I really enjoy Gerald Ann's approach and how she speaks. It's a beautiful, beautiful session that we had today.
Absolutely. And then we had Heidi Little. Heidi is new to us at Enlightened World Network, and she led us in a process today. She had done this process on herself, but she had never led it in a group, and it was so empowering. And I was really pleased to be one of the first ones that she has brought this to, and Enlightened World Network being one of the first ones. So this process took us back in our lifetime, back to the point of origin. And as we did that, all along the way, as we stepped back, we would plant diamond seeds of light. And these lights were releasing the low vibration. So we did this all along the way until we went all the way back. And then we connected with a color when we got to the point of origin. And she explained that before we incarnated, we put this in process. We'd already put that color at the point of origin when we incarnated, so that we could go back and we could find that color that would help us to release any of those low vibrations. I encourage all of you who did not get to see Heidi's presentation to go back and watch it, because it was so helpful for understanding and for working through the low vibration energy and really clearing it all the way back to your point of origin in your lifetime.
The next was Susan Kennard. Always brings a beautiful meditation to Enlightened World Network. And today was on accepting your perfection. And so she had brought in her spiritual guides, did some toning to help raise our vibration and do any clearing. And it was really focused on letting the light come through you and expanding it across the globe. And she started out with trying to connect with a country that you feel connected to, and then really feeling at one with that country and bringing all the love and the light to that area. And it was the whole meditation was about a sense of coming home to divine love, to light, and being that, and allowing all of this to move through you to share with everyone else. And so Susan always does a beautiful job with that. So thank you, Susan.
Charmy Devan.
Charmy Devan. I so love Charmy. She has been working with us for, about a year now, I think. She did the Women's Summit last year, which was almost a year ago. She led us in a meditation to meet our guardian angel. Charmy's very connected to the angels, and she taught us to really focus on the breath, and then took us into a deep meditation where we could talk with our guardian angels. So if you haven't met your guardian angels and you'd like to find that and find out who they are, just replay this and watch it with Charmy and let her guide you into that. She's a beautiful meditator, and you will be glad that you participated in that.
Deb Goldberg.
I get scared. I looked at it. So who's that?
So Deb prepared for us today in meditation using the angelic gems that Archangel Raphael had introduced us to in December. And Deb has had the privilege of sitting in meditation and working with Archangel Raphael with these gems. So for her to be able to provide a meditation that was directly channeled about using these gems is pretty special. So if you did not hear that interview or that meditation, please go and check that out. It really is profound the work that these gems are able to do. And of course, Deb did a fabulous job.
Of course she did. She's fabulous.
She is. So Neelam Minocha, one of our favorites here on Enlightened World Network. She's done so many different things for us. Neelam is just so solid in the work that she does. Today's meditation was about coming to that place of calm, connecting to the Buddha within. And it was, I think, guys, that the meditations today were just so deep compared to other times. There, you know, after about 4 of them, I thought I was going to go in coma. But one of the things that she really talked about was how difficult it is for light workers right now, because we are being prepared to support the world in ways that we hadn't been prepared for yet. And we're being prepared with boots on the ground. So we are being asked to live it while we are being prepared for it. And she's a master teacher. I highly recommend that you watch this segment. Really well done.
Yes, it was. I listened to some of it. I wasn't able to listen to all, but just beautiful.
And if you watch at the end, it's fun because she had a picture of a Buddha behind her. And of course, I'm looking at her face the whole time, and all of a sudden, this golden orb shows up over the face of the Buddha, and I'm looking at it. And yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So throughout the day, we collected your prayer requests. Anyone that wanted us to lift up a loved one or lift up you, or in the case of one of our listeners, they wanted us to lift up with Mother Gaia. So I led us in that prayer, called in all of our angel helpers, and lifted up all the prayer requests that had been either written in the comments or spoken by the people that were presenting today. Some of them wanted us to pray for them as well. And this is something that we're very happy to do here at Enlightened World Network. We are not a religion, but we do have very much that love for God, who I call God, our creator. And so this is something that we were happy to offer to everyone today.
And thank you for doing that, Terry.
You're so welcome. And then my prince arrived. Yes, I'm a fan. Okay, I'm a groupie. Prince Fleet Easton is a remarkable man. He really is. And this was the first for him. He's a singer, he's an actor and an entertainer, but this was a first time experience for him to come forward and really guide us in something spiritually. He sang 4 songs for us. He sang in this very room, which I love, One Love, Make Me a Channel, and then he ended with We Are the World. And he did a beautiful job on every one of them. We Are the World put me in tears because of the lyrics and the message of that song of really, we are the one to bring the peace to the world. And then he guided us in a meditation and had us do affirmations with him. And the affirmations were about healing. They were about peace and transformation. And he did such an awesome job. I really applaud him for stepping out of his comfort zone and bringing this ministry now to that he can do this anytime now because this was his first time. And so he's very comfortable now going forward and leading meditations. And we're so happy to have Prince with Enlightened World Network.
No, that's not right.
It's not
I
right.
already had the
Wrong
turn.
row.
We had Ansley Weller with us, and this is the first time for Ansley being with Enlightened World Network. And what a wonderful meditation she brought. And the meditation was about social unrest, and she talked about that it's actually Ben Decker's meditation that he had written when he was going through some difficult times. And it's all about contemplating consciousness, where you are in your consciousness, and looking at all the different parts that play into asking yourself, where am I with this? Or where am I with that? Your integrity, your growth, your creativity. And it was just a lovely way of getting in touch with yourself and taking the time to just be quiet and listen and just keep breathing and getting more quiet so you can go in and really contemplate all of those questions right now. Where are you in unrest in your own self? And how does that affect the outside of you? So it was a wonderful time with her, and I really appreciate what she brought forth. And we will have her back again for meditation today.
It's good news.
Harold Becker. Harold Becker is the president of the Love Foundation. Very soft-spoken gentleman. Really enjoyed hearing what he had to say. He was one of the co-founders of Global Love Day, which started May 1st, 2006. They've worked with different mayors and governors across the country and internationally also to have May 1st every year be declared Global Love Day. And they're up to, I think, 700 different places where Global Love Day is being celebrated. So very exciting to hear that. His meditation was very calming. Actually, I felt physically changed from participating in that. And one of the overarching tenets is that we are limitless love. And so therefore, if we are limitless in love, there's no lack. If there's no lack, then we can freely give love to others. We can have the grace for ourselves, and we can have the grace for others. There's no reason to be anything other than love. So I loved it. It was great.
Julia Grief. Julia has been with us on Enlightened World Network before. She's done meditations, and I believe she did a day of transformation with us as well in the past. Julia brought us a beautiful healing and clearing from the dragons. And it was just amazing. And I felt the energy very strongly as she guided us through that. It was a Gaia meditation. And then she brought in that elemental energy from Gaia and did the clearing. The dragons were clearing fear from our energy fields. So this was so needed at this time and so apropos for everything that we're going through. When she did the elemental energy, she had us envision to put our hands over our hearts and cup it, and envision there was a tiny hummingbird that was fluttering inside of our hand, and then to press it firm on our heart and to feel that flutter inside of our heart and do that connection with the elementals. That was just so beautiful. I will do that one over and over again to feel all of that energy from the elementals. And then she channeled a message from Gandhi. And I don't have the whole message. I want you to go listen to her as she channeled it. But part of what it said was, be the peace and stillness of your heart space first. Mm-hmm. And then she ended it with, choose peaceful thoughts and words in your interactions with yourself and with others. So Gandhi is still very much leading and guiding and profoundly bringing messages to us of peace, as he always did.
Before we do Sean Perry, I'd like to talk about the collective healing session that we did for humanity and the planet. Niobe Weaver joined me, as did Sharon Rhea. And so it was the three of us, and it was really strong. Even before we started, I could feel the energy coming from the two of them through the computer, which I know sounds kind of crazy if you don't understand how that works. But we spent about 25 minutes together meditating and promoting channeling healing. And I saw the two of them, the three of us, come together and do healing continent to continent across the waterways, from the inside of the planet out. And at one point we had visitors of the dragon realm and the unicorn realm, as well as Christ. And it was really something. Now, unfortunately, when you go watch this, you won't get to hear any of that because it's all silent, but we did debrief it during the last 5 minutes or so. We fully expect to see more of Sharon Rhea in this manner, as well as Niobe. So thank you for that. Now, Sean Perry. Sean Perry, unfortunately, the audio was a little glitchy at times, but don't let that stop you from watching it. He is working across the planet in so many different ways to support humanity. And he was talking about finding the divine artist within. And he is an artist. He's an artist on the stage and he's an artist in film. And some of the pictures that he was showing was the work that was being done at Ground Zero in New York with 9/11, and he was there. And then an art installment that's done every year to commemorate that, which has a beautiful, beautiful story to it, that when we serve our neighbor who's in need, then we're able to enjoy in the feast afterwards. Really beautiful. His organization is called Promethean Spark International, and it's life coaching through the arts. Sean Perry, a fascinating gentleman and somebody really to be watching. He's a change agent. He really is.
Great.
Oh, so that was our 17 healing sessions, and they were very powerful. And it really is a gift to bring this to everyone. It is a joy. So now we have a ceremony of light, in which Dr. Ruth Anderson takes us to the healing pool. Okay. And so we can all enjoy, relax, meditate, and have some completion to this wonderful day.
And we know that Terry's going to be leaves in 20 minutes because she's going to go get ready to chant with Karen Palmer because, she just can't do enough for Enlightened World Network. So, all right. Oh, it's been quite a day of meditating. So let's just sit back, close your eyes. Let's just relax into this. Because we've been working with the divinity all day long in various forms, it's not going to take much to have them right around us. So just close our eyes and see who we can experience right here, right now. I see a whole bunch of folks here. So First, I see Christ here. I'm seeing Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Divine Mother. I'm seeing the 500,000 Earth Angels who have been with us today. I'm seeing various Ascended Masters, Lady Portia, Lady Nada, Isis. We've been working with them today. I'm seeing spirit guides of some of the different speakers that were here. Ladies, who am I missing? Who else are you seeing? Raphael.
Definitely Uriel helping us to ground.
I'm seeing all of the archangels that are connected to the emerald gems. I'm seeing the unicorns that were here earlier. I'm seeing the dragons that were here earlier. It's a full house. It's a full house here. So we're going to just start by being at the healing pool. And what I encourage you to do is to use your imagination, that you are at the ethereal healing pool. We've gone there so many times in Enlightened World, and if you haven't been there before, I encourage you to, with your mind's eye, imagine a massive outdoor healing pool. Now, it isn't water that's in it, it's a divine healing energy, and sometimes it takes different shape and different form. And you can just look around, and what you'll see is all of these different ethereal beings that we just mentioned are right here, right now. And you may come in and you may go anywhere you want. Now, there is at least one angel that will be beside you as you go check places out. We see that this pool is as wide as we can possibly imagine. It goes far to the right, far to the left, far behind us. And the healing properties are available around the pool as well as in the pool. So you don't have to be standing in the pool. So let's just take a minute and just look around, see what you can see, feel what you can feel. I see dragons, and normally I don't see dragons there, so it's fun for me to see them there. I'm seeing dragons above it. I'm seeing dragons, like water dragons, in the pool. I'm seeing the unicorns, and they're all white, by the way. There's one leader who holds a staff, and they're over here on the right as I see them. I'm seeing souls, not only of the folks that are here with us on Enlightened World Network, but also some of those that have passed over, some of those that are still embodied that are just at the pool because they can at any time, as you can at any time. If you've not ever touched a dragon, you may walk up and touch one. If you want to go check out a unicorn, walk over, check out the unicorn. If you want to be closer to Christ or Divine Mother or the archangels, please feel free. As souls, we all know this healing pool. We've all been there. For some of us, it's just remembering, oh, that's right. I know what this place is. Some of you are in the water, not water, in the liquid, experiencing healing from that. Just take your time. I'm seeing someone kneeling, overwhelmed by the love that's there. Just feel it. It's okay. You just take your time. I'm seeing so many angels holding candles now. And that tells they're white candles and they're all lit. And that tells me that we're going to be doing our celebration of light. So wherever you are at the healing pool right now, all of you have an angel next to you. That angel is handing you a white candle and is going to stand behind you. Now, a celebration of light was channeled to me from Archangel Michael. And it was a way for those of us that are really connected to spirit and wanting to make a difference in this physical realm to say our names out loud and be recognized in the spirit realm for the work that we want to do or are doing here on earth. It's It's like putting your name on a roster. So when you show up at the door, they say, oh, of course, we know who you are. We know the work that you're doing. We recognize you and we appreciate you. So right where you are, if you would like your name to be recognized in the Book of Life as someone who is loving spirit and wanting to bring divine light into the physical realm, just say your name out loud right now. And when you do that, that angel that is behind you will take that name up to where the names are being written in the Book of Life. So we'll just take a minute. If that feels like it's calling to you, just say your name out loud. And now if you'll hold your candle up towards the heavens and let that light shine. And if you look across the pool, you'll see others are doing that as well. And as the candle lights come together, it looks like one large flame. And is throwing that light toward the heavens. And I see that as that light is reaching up towards the heavens, that light and love is being sent back down to us tenfold or more. So now there's a beautiful flow of light going up and even more light coming down. So let's just sit and bask in that love for just a moment. Some of you might be able to hear singing. I can hear singing and music. Celebration. Coming to this healing pool is coming home. Coming to that place where we are nothing but spirit and nothing but love. Now, as you wish, you may stay at the healing pool, receive healing. You may sit with the Ascended Masters. You may sit with guides that have come to see you, to know you, who already know you, who already love you. For some of you, you might see someone who's passed over who you love and miss. So you just stay in this space if you'd like. Whenever you're ready to leave the healing pool, just come on back into your body. You say your thank yous to your guides, to the angels, to the elementals, to the Ascended Masters. And when you come back, just know how deeply you are loved, how divine you are, as that spark of God is alive within you and helps you to stand in your divine authority. Thank you. Thank you all for being with us. Thank you for walking through the day of transformation with us. Thank you for sharing your love with us, which you so freely do. And we have so much love for you. So thank you.
That was beautiful. It was really beautiful. I just kept saying celebration and joy. Just congratulations to everyone. It was a very joyful time.
It was. And I felt that there was so much clearing that happened throughout the day. All the meditations that we did, we were coming to this pool tonight, not so much with heavy burdens, but to celebrate. This was, we've done the celebration of life at the end of every one of our long days that we've done, but this one really felt like celebrating. It felt like all of us, not just the three of us, but all of the ones who participated throughout the day were there to really do a true celebration. It was beautiful.
It was. So is there anything else that we want to just say that's coming up that we have a normal schedule of meditation a day each day? Is there, and we have plenty of shows between the two channels.
Right. We are running right now about 60 to 70 shows every week, and we're bringing more on. We are very excited about some of the things that are coming down the pike. One of the areas where Enlightened World is growing is with courses that you all are providing and that you can take. Terry has provided some, Deb's going to be providing some, Diana Beiersdorfer, and we're growing in huge ways. So stay with us and watch and participate in that. Enlightened World is a safe spiritual community, and we hope that you all feel at home with us, because we're so pleased to invite you in and call you our own. We're glad you're here.
You certainly are, and we're always happy to have you here on Angel Heart Radio, where this too is a very safe space, and it is a joy to be in. So, when in doubt, never underestimate the power of prayer. You are being listened to and heard throughout the universe, and it always responds with infinite and eternal love. Remember to go inside and listen for the whispers of heaven. We love you, and God bless you.
You've been listening to another fabulous program on Angel Heart Radio. Our goal is to remind you of how much you matter in the world, and to let you know that we appreciate who you are in the world. You can check out who's on, when we're on, and who our guests are at angelheartradio.com. Everything is there. It's all just one click away. Angel Heart Radio programs are powerful tools to help you in your life and your life experience. They are not intended, nor should they, be used to replace your medical or legal advice. Powered by love, Angel Heart Radio is brought to you by angellight777.com. The views and opinions expressed by Angel Heart Radio hosts, guests, co-hosts and associates should not be construed as advice from Angel Heart Radio.